Hi, my name is Chris Morales, and I want to ask you guys, how many of you guys have ever wanted to do something nice for your family? Today I will be showing you how to make breaded chicken with rice and guacamole, based on my experience and the research that I've done. In showing you how to make breaded chicken with rice and guacamole, I'll discuss the materials needed, the ingredients, and how to plate the dish. First, we will begin talking about the materials we need to make the dish. We will need a cutting board, sharp knife, kitchen tongs, one fork, two large dish plates, one bowl, and two 12-inch frying pans. The reason why we will need the cutting board and sharp knife will be to cut the chicken breast in half. The kitchen tongs will be used to flip the chicken breasts when they are in the pan. The one fork and one bowl will be used for the guacamole. The two large dish plates will be used when we are coating the chicken breast. And lastly, the two 12-inch frying pans will be used for when the chicken breast is cooking, and the other one will be used for the rice. Now that I have discussed the materials needed, we will discuss the ingredients we will use to make the chicken with rice and guacamole. The ingredients we will need will be 1/4 inch of oil, 1 clove of garlic, 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water, 1 cup of tomato sauce of your choice, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of Knorr chicken powder. These will be the first ingredients that we will use to make the rice. So you will add 1/4 inch of oil to your frying pan, and alongside with a clove of garlic, and you will let this sit for around 10 to 15 minutes, and once that time has been up, you will add 2 cups of rice, where you will let it sit and stir once in a while so that it evenly cooks and it reaches a golden color. Once it has reached the golden color, we will then add the tomato sauce and the 4 cups of water. After you see that it starts boiling, you will add 2 to 3 tablespoons of Knorr chicken powder, and you will let it sit, and you won't touch it anymore after you stir it and mix the Knorr chicken powder around the pan. According to Aunt Gertie from PBS Food Recipes in the web article titled Aunt Gertie's Red Rice, when rice begins to boil, lower the heat and don't touch it. Every grain of rice must stand on its own. Every grain of rice must be red. This is true because if you continue to stir the rice once it is covered, it will break apart and it'll start sticking, and it won't finish, and it won't be evenly distributed. Now that I have talked about how to make the rice, we will move on to the 2 pounds of chicken breast. We will need 2 pounds of chicken breast, 2 cups of seasoned breadcrumbs, and with this, we will add in one large plate, we will add 2 cups of seasoned breadcrumbs, and we will use the chicken breast that we had cut in half, and we will evenly coat it on one side and then flip it around and coat the other side and move it to the other plate. We will continue doing this until our 2 pounds of chicken are done, and we will add the 1/4 inch of oil to another pan where it will heat around the same time as the rice for around 10 to 15 minutes, and we will let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes on each side of the chicken breast. According to Ginge from Splendid Table in a web article called Crispy Chicken Milanesa, published March 18, 2014, we should heat 1/4 inch of oil in a 12-inch pan over medium hot heat. The reason why is because when we are frying the chicken, we need an even amount of oil so that we have enough for the rest of the 2 pounds of chicken breast. Now that we have the chicken breast and the rice done, we will begin making the guacamole. What we will need for this is 4 avocados, 1/2 cup of water, half of an onion, 1 tomato, and 2 green chili peppers. The salt is needed, but you can add it to your taste because I know all of us like a different certain amount of salt. So that's totally up to you. You can choose how much you want to add to that. And so we will cut the 4 avocados and we will add it to the bowl. And with the fork, with the 1/2 of cup of water, we will begin smashing the avocados until it's a creamy texture. I believe that you should dice the 1/2 of tomato, one tomato, and onion, to the two green chili peppers beforehand, so that once the 4 avocados gets a creamy texture, you can just add it and mix it together. And then after that, you will add salt to around your taste and mix that together, and you will get a nice guacamole. Now that we have discussed how to make guacamole, we have all of these things done. And in an article by Bond titled Guacamole, published June 1st, 2015, explains that a good guacamole depends on avocados. This is true because there has been many times where I get avocados, and 2 or 3 are very hard, and it makes it harder for the guacamole to come together, and it'll just be a really chunky texture. Furthermore, in an article in Web titled Awesome Avocados Are Packed with Nutritional Benefits, published April 1st, 2020, Webb is cited stating avocados are best known for being a rich source of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. So, for all of us healthy people out there, avocados are great and healthy things that you can eat on a regular basis. Now that we have discussed the ingredients needed, we will move on to how to plate the dish. How to plate the dish. When I plate the dish, I like to add the things in a corner around a circle to create a circle, and I add chicken to one corner and your desired amount of rice and guacamole to the other corners. And as you can see here, I have my finished products. I did cook these and I did make all of this on my own. And I was taking pictures to show you guys how it came out. And just for a little decoration, I did go ahead and add an extra few of tomatoes, onions, and chili peppers to the top just to give it a nice look. In conclusion, today I talked about the ingredients needed, the materials, and how to plate the dish to make a nice simple dinner for your family. And before I leave, I want to leave you guys with a good quote that is said by Julia Child, that no one is born a great cook, one learns by doing. This is important because when I began cooking, I felt really insecure that I didn't know how to cook and how to get the perfect things right in one try. But slowly as I grew up, I began realizing that not all of us are great at cooking, and we can become great cooks by learning and practicing. Thank you for listening to my speech.